Welcome back to Autism at Home. My name is Jochebet Isaacs and this is Unit 28. And it's all about some tips on food challenges for children with autism. In this lesson, we hope to discuss a few tips on how to increase the nutrition level in the food that your children are willing to eat. Now, of course, as parents, you'd be very concerned about the quality of food that your child is eating, especially if it is very limited. And you also want to pick your battles at this stage. Our first priority would be just to get a child fed. And then next is to try to include a bit more nutrition into their meals. Both of these points are not only important in your child's overall health, but also in regulating their mood so they are not hangry. Hopefully supporting their sleep through the night so they are not waking up hungry in the middle of the night. And having sufficient water and fiber so they are able to have a healthy digestive tract and go to the toilet regularly. Additionally, better nutrition will help with overall immunity and help prevent obesity. And so let's discuss some strategies that you could try to increase nutrition for your child. Warning though is that in our previous lessons, we just spoke about a very gradual, desensitized approach to increasing the variety of food for your child. So you just need to be cautious about these upcoming tips as they would require quite a flexible food palette. Firstly, try to use healthier versions. For many of our kiddos with autism, they may have a very limited food repertoire, and so they're only maybe willing to eat French fries. Hopefully not just from one fast food chain, but certainly a healthier option will be to eat those homemade French fries, and certainly the healthiest option of that would be like sweet potato fries. But sweet potato and regular potato do taste quite different, and so a child may not be able to make this switch immediately. So what you could do if your child is only willing to eat maybe McDonald's French fries is to start eating McDonald's French fries at home. Then to maybe buy a similar cut frozen version, but to fry it at home so you could pan fry or even better air fry. So that means a lot less oil, less salt, which makes it a bit healthier. Then you could progress to cutting up your own potatoes and making your own French fries from scratch. So essentially using healthy ingredients, you could even use organic options, and to cook at home immediately means less oil. You could even use healthier oils like olive oil or coconut oil, and definitely less sodium. In fact, you could even add alternative seasonings such as herbs and peppers and spices, and the list goes on. You could even try to swap regular flour for better fiber options such as whole wheat or oats. This can certainly be applied to baking especially. A homemade cookie is definitely healthier than most supermarket cookies. Secondly is using alternative or replacement foods. Now, for example, many of our kiddos love sugar and sweet foods, and so replacing this with natural or fruit options instead would be great. So instead of supermarket popsicles, we could make fruit-based popsicles. Instead of potato chips, we could make homemade popcorn. And then, like our idea earlier about making healthier options with French fries, could be making sweet potato fries or baked crunchy carrot sticks. Thirdly is by trying to hide in healthy foods inside. Now this could be a little tricky as you need to be really gradual so you don't change the taste. And of course, we don't want to be like tricking our kids. And the major risk is that some of our kiddos may stop eating the food completely because of that so-called break of trust. Additionally, your kiddo would have to be willing to eat certain types of foods, which are easy to add more nutritious ingredients, such as pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is amazing because of the variety of kid-friendly foods you can eat with it. The most common being pasta. But you can also use that pasta sauce and make pizza or even tacos or even tortilla wraps. And pasta sauce can hold tons of nutritious vegetables, such as tomatoes, maybe even a bit of onion, maybe even a bit of garlic, a bit of carrot, baby spinach, capsicums. And just a quick tip, parents, is to observe your child and see where their challenge is. Is it in the food taste? Is it in the texture or the color? Or sometimes it could be all three. Another tip, you could even blend the sauce to make that texture really smooth. Hopefully you're starting to get the idea, because then you could do this with maybe cream-based soups as well, especially if your child is willing to drink soup, like broccoli soup, tomato soup. These are all great ways to get loads of vegetables in. Now moving on to some baking. You could hide some delicious healthy options like shredded carrots in muffins, Some families swap out half of the flour with oats to get more fiber in their muffins, cookies, or even pancakes. And of course, homemade juices are a great way to add in some healthy vegetables and fruits. Maybe more fruit and then veggies. And of course, here in Asia, where our kiddos may eat more rice or noodles, fried rice and stir-fried noodles, even porridge are excellent ways to get lots of nutrition in. And if your child refuses to eat the chopped veggies and proteins, you could try to blend it into the sauce you're cooking your rice or noodles or porridge with. Teach your child about nutrition. Depending on your child's level of functioning, it would be great if you could teach your child about making healthy choices. We would use, as usual, a social story, teaching a simple food pyramid, or even using a social story to teach healthy and unhealthy foods. In some cases, we have even done a sorting program for our children to sort out the different foods. Then you could continue to use a portion plate to continue to prompt both your child and yourself to make healthy choices. And of course, using the first then tool, which is first eat a bite of something healthy and then only something less healthy. Last but not least would be to try to incorporate some supplements into your child's existing food. But it would be best to speak to your doctor about this. We know some parents who have added recommended supplements to their child's milk or juice or meals, and it has gone well. But we also know of some families who added supplements to their child's bottle of milk and their child refused to drink milk again. So do attempt this with medical advice and with caution. And so as we end this lesson, of course, we'll always come back to our 3 key ABA strategies. Always try your best to break the skills down, meaning to say do a very small portion at a time. Previously, we have done just one homemade French fry amongst the box of fast food French fries. We've even added just one tiny quarter piece of spinach into a muffin, or choose something that doesn't alter the color, so visually it looks the same. Then to remember to pair with reinforcement. Always reward your child for trying something new, or in this case, eating something healthy. This could be a sweet treat. Try to keep it healthy and offer a fruit gummy or even a bit of screen time instead. Essentially, whatever is the strongest reinforcement that your child would want to try again. And last but not least, provide sufficient practice. Some experts say that a child needs to be exposed to a new food more than 20 times before they are willing to try it. So don't give up and keep the consistency and the continuity. Now it's your turn. Identify what is your child currently eating and what is one way you can try to add in a bit more nutrition or to make it a healthier version. Try it out. Remember to keep it very bite-sized, no pun intended, and as subtle as it can be so it can be successful. And of course, if it doesn't work, don't worry. You can always try again tomorrow. Remember, a child needs to be exposed to the same food almost 20 times, multiple times before they're willing to try it. You may need to go back to lesson 4 and use a more formal desensitized approach. So there you go. Hopefully this lesson has helped in some way with some creative ideas to sneak some more nutrition into your child's meals. Also, a very important tip, please model healthy eating to your child. Our next lesson in this series will discuss the strategies to promote independence at mealtimes. Don't forget to join us and we'll see you soon. Also, we thank you for your support, and with the amount of interest we have received online, we have actually started providing online services and have worked over the years with clients in other states of Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, China, Kuwait, New Zealand, and Switzerland. So do scan the QR code below and get in touch with us for more information. If you haven't already, do check out our free online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the corresponding articles and downloadables for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated. Take care, and we will see you soon.